today's episode actually is a follow-up of the previous one, so make sure to listen to it before listening to this episode to link between the techniques better, okay? So let's start. A quick summary of what we said before is to get the American accent, you should listen to American content a lot, and I meant a lot, like months and years. And a day, you should listen to English for 5 to 7 hours a day, and it's not an exaggerating thing, okay? And then we said read out loud, and that'll help you practice speaking and also you can practice it alone with yourself or your partner. And then we said shadowing by listen, pause, repeat after the speaker. The new technique is imitate the speaker. But what is imitation means? Basically, it means speak with the speaker with 2 or 3 seconds delay. In other words, that you'll say what the speaker say, but you'll be 2 or 3 seconds behind. But it's not only speak with him or say exactly the same with a couple of seconds delay, but also you will copy him, like his tone of voice, his gestures, his facial expressions, everything. You do the same as his. And of course, you can be creative and exaggerate what he's doing as much as you like. Actually, it'll be so much fun that you'll forget that you're learning English. Speaking from experience, guys. But the key point is to practice it every day, to listen, to read, to shadow, to imitate. But if you are a beginner, you should focus on one technique for a period of time. Like, listen, just focus on listening for a month or so, to read the next month, to shadow the third month, to imitate native speaker for the fourth month. So it's up to you. And don't rush. Try to, you know, try to enjoy the process of learning and remember that you are the master of your learning. You choose the the good schedule for you, the good programming for you. And remember also that your consistency will determine your fluency. But you may feel bad that I told you to listen every day or to practice English every day for a couple of hours that maybe is not available, you know, in your life or in your day. You are so busy, you can't just focus on learning a language for 5 or 7 hours a day, and I really understand that. But the point is, do it every day, maybe an hour, but do anything that may, make you a better speaker, a better learner, you know, even if it's for a small period of time a day, but just do it and commit to it. Commit to be a good version of yourself in English language and in everything in life. So that what I did and still doing it every day to get my current level in English. So you can try those techniques and tell me what is your results in comments. But what if you don't really have time to do it or to listen to English or your target language? You can do it. You can listen while you are, washing dishes, while you are walking around, while you are you know, make exercise while you are cleaning the room, while you are in the transportation, everywhere or anywhere you can listen to English. So make the passive time useful by learning something and make the most use of it. Now let's talk about the art of listening. How to listen effectively. But let me shock you again. I was a bad listener. Actually, I wasn't patient enough to listen to anybody. I was, just like to speak or like to talk every time, every chance that I get. I was really super talkative and I was you know, stuck with this bad habit for a while, for years, for a while, for years, like maybe 15 years or so. I was really, really, really bad listener. But I needed to shift it and to change it to be a good listener and to listen effectively. But how did I get this skill? At the beginning, or in the beginning, I told you that I was listening to, I'm still, of course, but I listened to AJ. So I just sit down and try to listen and watch him as a video, on video. So I was watching him and listen to him. Of course, it's supposed to be listening, but really I cannot listen to him. Why? Because I was talking to myself. Okay, I was quiet outside, but inside I was really talking to myself. I tried to translate every word in my native language to my native language. My inner voice was louder than AJ voice, so I was just, I wasn't really listening to him. I just was talking to myself. But what I really figured out is to really listen to him effectively, I must shut up. I must be mute inside. My inner voice must be mute. I must completely shut up and just focus on what AJ talking about, trying to listen to him, make the English come to me and make myself live in English and let English touch my soul. And really, it took me a while. It took me really, really months to learn this skill, to just listen and be in a quiet, a quiet mindset, a quiet mood, and just listen, do nothing, and stop talking to myself and stop translate the language to my native language. Just stop everything, just listen, listen. So you can do the same. If you cannot listen effectively, you just mute your inner voice. Just listen without doing, without speaking to yourself. You can do something else while listening, of course, but I'm just talking about your inner voice, your talk to yourself, your translation. So that's what I'm talking about. So just shut up completely and listen and let the language touch your soul and make it, let it teach you itself. I know it's really hard. It's really hard, I'm speaking from experience because it was really hard for me, and I know that it's hard for a lot of people, and it may be hard for you too, but with practice, it will be easier, and you can learn, you know, learn just with your ears, okay? And that's just by listening to the language. And that will help you be a good listener in general, you know, to listen to your friend effectively and not just to focus on what you're gonna say. No, you just listen to him in order to understand him. And, you know, in your communication with your family and your relatives, your kids, your parents, or anybody that in your life. So, you know, it will help you, that practice will help you in your life too. So don't underestimate this practice and do it every day. And that practice is listen with a complete silence inside you. Okay? So a quick repetition to get the accent. It's not the accent, it's the language acquisition. To get it, you should listen a lot and read out loud and shadow people, of course, native speakers. It's really, really important to shadow native speakers and to imitate native speaker too. So that's all for today's episode. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you found it really useful. And I hope that you will apply everything in every technique in your life or your learning process or journey. And if you have any question, write it in a comment, and I'll be sure that I will answer you in the next episode. And be sure to follow me to get all my new episodes. Have a nice day. Peace.